going on, everybody? Welcome to the first vlog post of this 90-acre property that I visited a few weeks ago to put together a consulting plan for a client, and I'm back out today. Gave him his physical copy of the blueprint, and I'm flagging blind locations, tree stand locations, mineral sites, and other habitat improvements that we're going to be implementing this year. I'm going to be doing a lot of work, so I'm not going to flag everything obviously right now. So I'm really excited about this property and to go through the year and show you guys how this turns out, because I feel like this relates to a lot of landowners in multiple different ways. The first way is that my client wants to use this for more than just a hunting property, right? Wants to create a trail for the kids to ride the four-wheelers on, wants to just live on property, wants to create a little bit of a homestead, wants to create something other that he can use more than just for deer hunting, okay? Also, I feel like this relates a lot to a lot of Midwestern landowners in the sense of the majority of the property is open agriculture. Fields, right? Historically been planted, corn, beans, primary ag sources like that. So we're going to be we're not completely doing things different, but basically doing things a lot different. So it's a lot of wasted space. Once this corn got cut, pretty much all open, right? There's 4 big cedar thickets in here that the deer are using, but they're not using as much as they should be using it, just because they're too thick. There's no understory. There's not enough light getting down into the forest floor and allowing for growth. So we're going to be doing a lot of thinning in those cedar thickets, enhancing the bedding along those lines, and we're going to be diversifying our plantings here a lot. Adding switchgrass plantings. We're going to do milo this year. We're going to do a clover chicory mix, and adding some screening cover where we're going to have some blind access and whatnot along the field edges, and just trying to enhance access opportunities without deer, you know, looking at you from 300 yards away and knowing exactly where you're coming from and where you're going. So trying to make this property hunt bigger than it currently is. There's already big deer using it. A lot of deer are already wanting to use it. And the best part is how the herd is already wanting to bed on property. The does are wanting to bed more towards the front, and the bucks are wanting to bed more towards the back already, which is fantastic. We can just enhance that, right? Leaving most of our green plantings to the front to help encourage doe bedding up there, keep their fawns and everything to the front, and towards the house where there's going to be more human activity already. And in encouraging most of the human activity that we're planning to be towards the front, and allowing the bucks to stay back here in the back. We have 3 ponds on here already, so we do not need any more water sources. And the cool part too is those ponds, they're spread out through the property. It's already pretty sectioned off. The way the property lays is it's not giant woodlot, right? It's already wanting to section off itself and create different bedding areas amongst this 90 acres. So we can just enhance that and help section it off even more and diversify the bedding on property with switchgrass. Try to add some grass bedding because there's really not much on property at all. So we're going to add a significant amount of grass bedding, which will be nice. Obviously deer love bedding in milo, and milo will create a fantastic grain source, throughout the fall and winter. And with most of our green food being up front, we're going to encourage the does to stay up there and create nutrition plots for the deer. And then towards the back here, we've got about 3 locations that we're going to put kill plots essentially. And we've got our tree stands. Couple tree stands and blinds we're going to have on those plots that, they're going to be huntable if needed, but the majority of our stands are going to be in transition to and from bedding and into these kill plots. And in ways, using the outskirts of the perimeter of the property to access these stand locations, and trying not to walk through the middle as much as we can, trying to just give it to the deer essentially. It's also going to create a lot of diversity compared to what the neighbors have, with the neighbors being primarily agriculture fields just like this one is here. So we're going to be the different property. We're going to be the green property, and we're not going to be the harvested property. All of our crops are going to be standing. It's going to be primarily wildlife driven, and that's the entire goal for this property. Overall, this place is going to be fantastic. This is an awesome property, and it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of adjustments as a hunter, because the deer are going to use the property pretty much the same, but by diversifying like we're doing, it's going to create new patterns. It's going to create new movement and bedding opportunities for these deer, so it's going to require adjustments and being mobile and paying attention to what the deer are doing, moving your cameras around, and just being smart about how you hunt it. But I'm excited to show you guys throughout the year how this turns out and what we do, because a lot of landowners, most landowners, honestly, especially the ones that I get calls from, don't just want to use their property for deer hunting purposes. Want to use their property for other activities and still have the ability to shoot really big deer on this property, and they definitely have the ability that we can do that. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to keep y'all updated throughout the year. We've got, in a few weeks, we're going to be coming in with a mulcher and thinning out those cedar thickets, and then spring planting will start right after that for switchgrass and clover, and then just stagger our plantings along after that. We got multiple videos throughout the year that are going to be coming up. I'll keep y'all up to date on how everything is turning out, and we'll do more vlog posts like this on other properties. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.